Hi guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Caitlin, I'm 29 and I love makeup. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my recent favorites. It's been quite a while since I did a favorites video. This is my first of 2021 and I wanted to share with you guys things that are new to me that I've been loving and things that have stood the test of time and I've been loving for a very long time. So if you're interested in hearing what my current favorites are, I'm wearing all of them today as part of this look. Keep on watching, we're going to get into that right now. Before we get too far into this video, don't forget to click the like button, leave me a comment before you go, and subscribe. I upload new videos every single Sunday and it is free to subscribe. So hi, hello, how are you? Happy Saturday is the day I'm filming this. This is gonna go up tomorrow. I just put together this little look because my friend is getting married tomorrow and I'm going to her rehearsal dinner tonight. So I wanted to use some of my favorite products to help celebrate their day, their rehearsal dinner, and I packed a lot of these items, or will be packing after this video, things that I want to wear to the wedding tomorrow. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to share with you guys is something that I use to make my base very smooth, very long lasting, and really has a lot of nice skincare elements in it as well. And that is this from Hey Honey. It is the Good Morning Serum. This is an item I have been liking for a while. I would say well over a year I have loved this item. I originally got a small sample size of this in Ipsy. The large size is typically somewhat expensive. I want to say it's like $40, $45. However, Ulta does do sales on their 21 Days of Beauty sometimes, and I think I ultimately snagged this full size one for somewhere around $17 pre-Ulta points. You know how I do. I would totally encourage you, if you haven't, to sign up for an Ulta membership. It's totally free to collect points so you can get free products with your points. And this is for all skin types. I have kind of like an oily, lately leaning more combination skin type, but this advertises itself as being a serum that allows for an even application and a flawless finish. I would totally agree with that. I'm someone that has a lot of texture and I feel like this really helps smooth everything out. It has, of course, honey in it, as well as silk amino acids, sea buckthorn oil, and vitamin E. Those are things that moisturize the skin, make it really smooth. You can wear it by itself or just under a day cream, but I like it as a makeup primer. Sometimes I wear this alone as a makeup primer. Today I combine it with another one, just that was a little more pore filling on top of it, but I would highly recommend this product. I really do see when I use it consistently a difference in the quality of my actual skin as well, which I think is amazing, the skincare benefits in this as well. So the Hey Honey Good Morning Honey Silk Facial Serum is my first item I really want to make sure I mention in this video because it is a long time favorite for me. Next up is an item that's a little bit more of a newer favorite for me here on my channel, and this is the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus. I have the very baby, dainty, little tiny size. I got this in Ipsy, but I'm absolutely gonna have to repurchase it. That's all there is to it. This is the best brow gel I have ever used. Number one, it has a nice tiny little brush on here. This is the tiniest brush I've ever seen on a brow gel. However, I like it the most because I can get right in there. A lot of brushes I find on brow gels are way too big and they end up getting like way past the brow area, and either they're clear and they dry and have like a weird crust to them, which is not attractive at all, or they're just too big and so it's like, it's just goopy feeling, like it's too wet, too much product. So I really like that it's a small little brush applicator here, and I actually do like the fact that it's tinted. I did use a pencil to fill in my brows first, but I really feel like this helps just finalize any sort of, whether you use a pencil or a powder, it helps it look more natural and not like you drew in strokes or filled in with a powder. And finally, the last thing I like about this is the staying power. This has kept my brows in that kind of like, it's like a trend now, like the feathery, like it's clean underneath, but it's more like feathery on top. It keeps them up longer than anything else I've used. A lot of gels, I run it through, they stay up for 5-10 minutes and then they, you know, go back flat. They don't stay up and feathered. This keeps them up, I think, longer than anything I have found thus far. So the Gimme Brow Plus, and this is in shade 3. So I will be repurchasing this. This is one of those things, I'm not gonna lie guys, that I was like, I hope I don't like it, honestly, because it is more of a high-end brand, and I think it's like $24 for the full-size one. Yeesh. But again, I think it's at Ulta, so I should be able to just save up and use some points. I do have other brow gels that I don't really like, but I'll probably use those just to go through them first. But I'm definitely going to be after repurchasing this little one because it is so nice, so good. I have loved it so much lately. My next favorite product is something that has been around for quite a while, but is something that I've only tried probably in the last 6 months or so. Now this one is kind of an older one because it does still say Kat Von D instead of KVD Vegan Beauty is what the brand has now rebranded themselves as. This is the Tattoo Liner in Trooper Black. It is a waterproof liquid eyeliner, and guys, it's not even the eyeliner itself. Like, yes, it dries down matte and it is very pigmented, which I like, but my favorite thing about this is this applicator. This brush tip fine point applicator makes it so easy to just done. No smudging, not too watery. It doesn't skip when I draw the line. It just straight on, fill it in, done. And that is absolutely what I want in an eyeliner. Isn't that what everybody wants in an eyeliner? So I would highly recommend, if you haven't yet, trying the Kat Von D or now KVD Vegan Beauty Tattoo Liner in Trooper Black. It was great, and you can probably tell this is a little baby one too that I got from Ipsy, but I have been really using this one a lot because it's just so easy. It's just so easy, and I like to put a little bit of black eyeliner on my lash line when I know I'm going to be going in, especially with a false lash the way I am today. I think it helps hide the lash band a little bit. The next item that I have been really loving, like it's my favorite bronzer of all time. So far, I would even go so far as to say that it's my favorite bronzer of all time. For a long time, the Tarte Park Avenue Princess, I think that's what it's called, that was my favorite bronzer. This one tops it. I actually talked about this in my makeup that YouTubers made me buy video. I will link that up in the cards if you're interested in seeing that. But this is the Marc Jacobs Tantric is the shade bronzer. The Omega Bronze, I guess is what it's called, Perfect Tan Bronzer. The shade is 102 Tantric. And not only does it feel bougie because it's so big and it has a full-size mirror in it, but this shade, I just really love more cool-toned bronzers on my particularly fair skin, and I think it gives the perfect amount of color to my skin without making me look orange. That's the issue I have with a lot of warm toned bronzers, is they end up just looking orange and oompa loompa-y on me. Not this one. This one looks really natural, gives me a healthy sun-kissed glow, but it is, I would say it's completely matte. There's not really any sheen to it either, which I really appreciate. In the summer, I'll get into a little more of a shimmery, sheeny blush or even bronzer. This is bronzer, but I feel the same about both of them. But I really love this bronzer. And you know, Marc Jacobs, a lot of times you're like, girl, that's expensive. Okay, but I actually got this one at TJ Maxx. I kept the box here. I think on Sephora's site these are like $30-some, but here at TJ Maxx, $16.99. And I know it's still like, okay, $17 for a bronzer is more than drugstore, but girl, she's huge. She's huge. You're gonna use her for a long time. This has 0.8 ounces, which is the same as 25 grams of product. That's a lot of product. So you're getting your money's worth, at least in my mind, especially because I truly have been enjoying it so much. And I had this out too. I really like to apply that bronzer with this JH02 Morphe X Jaclyn Hill brush. It's huge, but I don't know why. I just love the pat, little here, and that's it. And then I'll take like a smaller brush. I've been using this Vasanti one for a little nose contour along the sides with that Marc Jacobs bronzer. My next latest obsession has been cream blush. I know, right? I actually feel like I discovered this at exactly the wrong time, because this is a little bit more of like an emollient formula, this particular one, and I don't like to wear it under masks because even when I set it, like I feel like it's a little more dewy. but it's not shimmery. So this is from Believe Beauty, which is a brand you can find exclusively at Dollar General. These are only $4.50, and this is a cream blush in the shade Doll Face. Again, this is the one that I'm wearing right now today. It's just like a really nice natural pink flush of color. It does come in another shade. I have that one here to show you too. I'll be honest, I haven't tried this shade on. It reminds me of the shade Mai Tai from Ofra. That's why I picked it up. This one is in the shade Tropical Sunset. It's a little more of an orangey coral. Yeah, I'd say orange. I wouldn't even say coral. Blush shade. I think that's more of a summertime color for me, honestly, but this Doll Face one I've used many times, and I just go in with like a flat brush like this. This one's the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe JH03 blush. I think it's meant to be a foundation brush, but it's a brush here that is flat. I just swirl around a little, pat, 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 pat. Done, good to go. You don't have to spend much time blending these. They're really sheer out naturally, but you can build up the pigment as well depending on how much you want it to show. So I really like these for $4.50. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I really, really like these. So if you're looking to dabble in the cream blushes, because I know that there's been so many have come out, NARS, Fenty, ELF, Rare Beauty, so many. I think this Believe Beauty one is the cheapest one at $4.50. And I was recently watching Manny MUA's video, and he said these are a little more oily formula-wise than the NARS or the ELF ones, but they are less oily than the Rare Beauty ones. So if you've tried any of the others, those are just a few comparisons I thought I'd mention to see if you think you might like the Believe Beauty one. All right, next up is highlighter. So you can probably, I think you can even see on camera, like this glazed donut fantasy that I'm wearing today. I honestly love it. I love highlighter like this that like it is that intense, but I basically try to like sheer it out. Like I'll take a highlighter brush like this. This is the JH09, and I'll place it and I just put it and diffuse it, like make it more here. Like I will concentrate it to where I want it in the middle, and then I'll diffuse it on the corners, because if you don't diffuse it, then it can be like it can be like, you know, football stripes. It looks like you just have like a harsh line underneath there. So I start with what kind of looks like a harsh line, where I want it to be the most concentrated on the highest point of my face, and then I'll diffuse it on the corners. So I've got that on both cheekbones here, as well as I use this highlighter in the inner corner on the brow bone, and then a little on the nose and up here. I find for my particular nose shape, I also don't like to just do a streak down the middle of the highlighter. I don't think that looks good. So I do just like a dot here and a dot here and leave the center without highlighter. That's just my personal preference, but you can do whatever you want. Obviously, different things tend to look more or less flattering on different face shapes. So you have to find what works for you. But all this talking, I haven't told you what it is yet. This is from Wet n Wild, okay? And this is the 396A I'm So Lit loose highlighter. I really like loose highlighters, you guys. So here it is. This is a lot of product too. It's gonna take me a long time to get through this, especially because it's so intense. Like you can see on the lid there where I took my brush and I actually just used product from the lid. I didn't even dunk into this. And for all this glazed donut heaven, that's all I used. The parts where you can see the black cap that I dipped my brush in, and there's still plenty of product there. That's all I used for this much glow. Right? So I think I got this for like $7 or $8. I know I got it from CVS, and it reminds me a lot, if you've ever tried the Laura Lee Los Angeles loose highlighters. I love those. She had a trio at holiday time a couple years ago. I picked those up. I have those in my collection. I love those as well. Those are more, there's like a champagne one, kind of like a golden one, and then more of like a taupey brown one. This one is kind of like the champagne one, but I think it almost has a little more maybe silver leaning than the Laura Lee Los Angeles ones, but formula-wise, this reminds me of that. Those are the only two loose highlighters I can think of that have kind of this formula, and I don't think that it picks up on my texture, which I have is an issue sometimes, is, you know, you can see all the bumps and texture in your skin, but I also do think that's partially because I use the Hey Honey serum, which I told you guys helps a lot with my texture. So the combination of those two, Excellent. All right guys, so I saved my favorite item for last. So of course all of these are my favorites. It's a favorite video. These are all my current favorites. I love this makeup. This would be like my everyday makeup if I could wear this kind of, I don't know, it's just like, it's kind of springtime too right now, like with the floral and everything, but it's still like a little elevated, I think. I have just like a little wispy lash on too that, I don't know, just like it. Anyway, I don't know what that whole tangent was about. I have my Z palette here, just my little magnetic palette, and my favorite item lately. You guys know if you've been watching my channel for a while, eyeshadow is where it's at on this channel. Eyeshadow is my favorite makeup item. I have the most of that out of any makeup item, and there's a single shadow that is to die for. It's what I'm wearing on my lids right now. It is a duochrome, and it shifts kind of from like a purple to a blue. It is gorgeous. I did use a glitter glue underneath it to make it pop a little bit more, and then I just have kind of like some generic brown shadow in the crease to give it a little something dimension wise. But here is the single shadow here. I'll show you in my Z palette, this one right here. And you probably can't even see the embossing anymore because I've used it so many times now. But if you are a fan of them, you will recognize this single shade from the Stained Glass collection. The collection is from Clionadh Cosmetics. They are an indie brand. And I just got one shade, guys, because I'll be honest, it was expensive. It was like $10 for a shade plus shipping. So I just got the one shade because I had never tried the brand before. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get one. We'll see how it goes, and then maybe I'll get more. Oh my gosh, I want all of them now because, like, look at it. It's so mesmerizing, so sparkly, so soft. I mean, like, anything you would want in an eyeshadow, this is truly it. This is it. It looks so good. And I could just talk about it forever. I could make a whole video just ranting about how great this eyeshadow is. So yeah guys, those are all of my current favorites. Let me know in the comments down below, have you ever tried any of these products? And if you have not, I would love to know what some of your current favorites are. Whether that's makeup like most of this video was, or if you have any skincare, hair care, nail care, any products that you've been loving lately that I need to try, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much guys for watching this week. I appreciate all of your comments and I can't wait to read and respond to them. Once again, if you haven't already, make sure you like this video and subscribe. I make new videos and upload every Sunday once a week, and I would love to have you back next time around. So that's all. I hope you have a lovely rest of your week wherever you are, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!